Yeah, look at this beauty. A 1969 Polaris COLT. And this machine is going up for auction. And I wanted to explain the features of this snowmobile. It's got the big JLO engine in it, you can see that. Runs like a top. And the added feature of this machine is its electric start. Now let's take another peek over here. Come on over. And I wanted to describe how this was done. This is the battery tray. Here, look over here. I'll get on this side. This is the battery tray. You know, that's is factory installed. This person, however, who did this restoration found that this type of battery, I call it a lawn tractor battery, was much more economical, cheaper. So what they did was, because this battery wouldn't fit in that cavity, was that they mounted it right here. And this is a restoration, kind of an amateur restoration. We'll certainly admit that, but it's a beautiful piece. And I just thought that we'd show it with the hood off. All right. The story behind this sled is a fellow. I'm in the Midwest Ride-In Organizational Committee. We put on the Midwest Ride-In event every year, end of January, in Elk River, Minnesota. And we had a board member who came onto our committee. He was not in the best of health. I remember him calling me, and I says, you know, come on, there's a role that you can play. He wanted to give back, but his health continued to decline. And ultimately last year he says, come on and pick this machine up. I'm donating it to your committee. My health doesn't allow me to engage in this hobby anymore. So we are auctioning off this snowmobile, and 100% of the proceeds will go to our committee. And we're so proud of George for his donation here, and we want this to go to a good home. This is going to be an excellent rider for somebody who likes to go to vintage events and tool around. Now, how about a little bit more detail? Come on in. I wanted to show you this. It's about the electric start. As you could see, the battery connects then to the starter there. Now, when I was looking at this the other day, last night, I realized the starter doesn't work. And I don't understand why. Come on over here. I traced these lines, you see, these black and red wires to this. In other words, instead of electric starting in this fashion, they put in that starter. So that's what they did. This thing has a functional electric start. I've gone through the chain case. The chain case seal was leaking a little bit, so I've replaced that. This gas tank here in the back is very good. I emptied it. I looked at it. There's no rust or any gunk in there. This gauge here is functional. Now, in this era, the fuel level was floated by this cork, and there you can see the gauge going up and down. And so that's all functional. Gas then flows under the seat and directly then to the motor. So this is a real nice machine. I thank George for putting it together, and I have a story to tell you. When George and I were at a meeting one time, we had time to chit-chat after the meeting, and he explained that he was from California and that he liked this snowmobile hobby. And he hearkened back to the days of this construction. In other words, he was talking to me about 1969 and 1970. And in that era, Polaris used the Cartwrights to promote their product. Remember Bonanza, that TV show that was so popular there? And in California, they had a recreation, or it was actually the movie set for that TV show, Bonanza. And Polaris hooked up with them. And George told me about how he would go there. They would allow people, when they weren't busy, to to experience that. And so this was his strong point. You know how it is with the vintage industry or hobby? You kind of glob onto a memory. And George's memory was 1969 at the Ponderosa Ranch movie set or TV set. And that was his motivation behind this here restoration. So what else can I tell you about this machine? It has a seat riser. Notice that the seat is a little bit higher up, so you're not so squat on here. Let's tip it over. You can see the track and the bogies. It seems to be absolutely functional, and a great example of a good rider for somebody. I didn't put the hood on. I'll show you pictures later of that. So if you would consider an offer on this, we'll publish it. There's an auction in January, end of January of 2023. This could be yours.